Hi, I'm Hamza Yousaf. I'm one of the SNP candidates for the Glasgow region. We've been going door to door through the neighbourhoods of Glasgow and come across some really interesting stories from people, what affects their everyday life. I'm going to go speak to one of my next door neighbours actually. She's got a very interesting story to tell about a rare disease that she's had to try to overcome for the last few years, and how help from the Scottish Government and the NHS here in Scotland has really helped her quality of life. So let's go speak to Lesley. Well, like I was saying previously on my bloggy, I was coming over to speak to my neighbour. I'll let you introduce yourself, and why don't you tell us a little bit about the rare disease that you've had to overcome over the last few years?
Hi, my name's Lesley, and I have a very rare bone marrow disease called paroxysmal nocturnal hemoglobinuria, or PNH for short. It's an unusual condition in that it causes my blood cells to be destroyed by my immune system as soon as they enter the bloodstream. So obviously that causes quite a few problems. The biggest issue for me is the high risk I have of a fatal blood clot. In its earlier stages, when I was particularly bad, it caused extreme exhaustion because of the destroyed blood cells. It meant that I literally couldn't do anything. I didn't have any quality time at all with my family. I literally, at my worst, could collapse downstairs and my husband would have to carry me upstairs until I was fit enough to be able to get back up again and do something. And I used to be an engineer travelling around the world, had a very interesting life, and that seemed very exciting. And when you have a condition like this, it changes everything in your life, and you suddenly become aware of what actually matters in life, and that's the ability to be a mother and to be a wife.
Well, looking at you now, you're looking absolutely great, and you're looking a lot fitter than somebody who would maybe have this condition. I know you, from the discussions we've had, you've kind of come across new medicine. Can you maybe explain what's happened maybe in the last couple of years, certainly, and how your condition's improved?
Having a rare condition is very hard because it's very difficult to be diagnosed, because obviously doctors won't always know your condition because there are so many rare diseases out there. So in the diagnostic stage of my illness, and also in the first year after my diagnosis, I was entirely reliant on blood transfusions every 6 weeks, and that was literally to keep me alive. It was very exhausting and didn't actually help me with the tiredness levels that I had, so my life was pretty poor. I then became aware of a fairly new drug that is not a cure for my condition, but it's able to give me a better quality of life, and I started that drug 2 years ago. I've been very blessed in getting funding from the Scottish Government to get this drug, and it has changed my life completely. I now have a family life. I can do things with my children. I can do what I realised became so important to me. I can take my own children to school and I can make meals for my family. It has literally changed my life.
Mm-hmm. And I suppose you mentioned something to me earlier on, that before your life expectancy wasn't that of a normal person, but now it's slowly starting to. You had some good news a few weeks back.
Yeah, I actually have just written a thank you card to Nicola Sturgeon for my medication, because although when I started on the drug I was told it wasn't a cure, it literally could just give me some life. I have now heard of new research that was just completed in December just there, which states people with my condition who are on my drug can consider themselves to have a normal life expectancy. So where before I wasn't expecting to have a huge amount of time with my family, I can now look forward to a long future.
Fantastic. Great. Thank you very much for sharing your story with us. Cheers.
Come on now, people, let's get on the ball and work together. Come on.